And we're back. Thank you for waiting. Please excuse the... There we
Creepy.
go. Why we do not have a bard, a college of shadows? I have... what is it? College of secrets? Murmurs?
Secrets.
Whispers.
Whispers.
Why did you decide not to take a college of whispers? I have no idea. But or is that a sneak preview for your next character? Haha, should I kill you?
Nah.
Okay, there we go. Right.
That was a very definitive answer.
So to quite recap, you've entered in the first building. Nothing to find there. However, in the second building right next to it, you encountered a hunting party of Bitari goblins who you promptly shook off and chased away, leaving a couple of cadavers around them, and among them the boss, recognizable by the now slightly scorched, but ornate mask that he was wearing.
Slightly?
Upon his face. Yeah, I mean, it's scorched. Yeah, there's a sort of black mark. Yeah, he did 14 damage. Don't look it up.
Yeah.
Don't.
I was looking.
Don't come and mess with me, sir. Come on.
Be nice without GM.
Thank you.
I mean, I'm the one who has to live with him.
I am going to let that go, and we will discuss this later on because good vibes. Yeah. Anyhow. So let's keep moving. You're back. I've put you back on the main map. Unless you guys want to maybe, I think one of you said that you wanted to look through their possessions.
Yeah, quickly rifle through, but if there's nothing more interesting than a couple of.
You know what? Make me an investigation check.
We found like a grilled mirage, or
no. So you found you basically found they were hunting. So you found what they bought basically, or what they found. So there's a few rodents, and there happens to be among the rodents and birds and stuff, that there happens to be an mirage. I mean, the horn is fairly valuable to any collector or something like that. So,
I mean, I'm assuming. I'm looking at Heinrich here, but is anything to spellcaster?
I'll roll arcane check to see if it has a significant arcane stuff I can do with it.
Nah, he tells me. Let's see. So, let's see. What did you roll?
11.
11. No, it doesn't really have. I mean, this is a beast of nature. As far as I mean, it could be the horn could be crafted into. It's like any piece of ivory. It could be crafted into a wand. It could be crafted into a magical focus. But itself, it's just horn. It's just a horn.
Yeah, it has no magical nature.
It has no. It's a beast. However, as Nugget appears and sort of sniffs around it, looks at it. No, sorry. As Nugget lands on it, sort of pokes it with its beak because it is now a parrot. You may now decide, should you wish for Nugget to turn into an Almirage, should you wish it.
Oh fuck yeah! I want to have a bunny.
So yeah, you can have a bunny corn. Bunny corn.
You see Nugget transforming. You see Heinrich like a little kid, like taking the little paws and like playing with the little bunny paws, like bloop 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 bloop.
You are playing with the cadaver of a dead bunny.
No, with Nugget. Nugget that transforms into a bunny. It's
Remember,
afterwards.
you
no?
need to you need to.
Right. I'm just gonna look and I'm like, I still could take the horn at home and make something out of it.
Sure. It's
Could
not
be a
that. I
fun.
mean, so the Almirage is a large, timid rabbit with a 1 foot long spiral horn emerging from his forehead, not unlike the horn of a unicorn. And this is flavor. Almirage were actually brought to Chult long ago by merchants of the distant land of Zakara. Skilled at evading predators, these creatures have flourished through the tropical peninsula. They live in earthen burrows and can be captured and domesticated. With the DM's permission, the Find Familiar spell can summon an Almirage. There you go. So these can be technically these can be domesticated if you catch them.
I'll open the bag of holding and like, yeah, let's take it with us. And
Okay.
You never know.
Don't say domesticated in front of Sorsha. Please.
Okay. So that is another building. Oh, what is a Wolpentinger? Whoops.
It's a bunny with like antlers and wings.
And fizz.
It's just I
That's
thought it was.
adorable.
When I saw it, I was like,
And fangs.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, this looks like what do you call them in the Americas? They call them jackalopes.
Yeah.
yeah, this is a German thing.
No, I'm pretty
and
sure
also
it is
World
a
of
German thing.
Warcraft.
Ah, okay. Well, there you go.
That's how I got to know them. If you get really smashed during certain events, you can start seeing these in certain areas.
Okay. Okay. Well, let's move on, shall we?
Yes.
Yes.
So,
Ooh, someone's frying.
No, it was
Heinrich?
Nope, all is fine here.
Oh, okay.
it was a moto
a motorbike.
coming.
Oh, okay, yeah, right.
So as you move down, further down into the valley, tell me where you go.
I mean, I would avoid the high road just for discretion's sake.
Well, we can go like.
I would like the building we're going into now. Were there any marks from like the one on the previous building? The one we're in now?
Graffitis, yeah.
No, there wasn't the no, I think that you would have the red mark as well. Yeah.
Okay.
And I wouldn't take the high road because we would be in plain sight.
Yep, I would avoid the high road personally.
Okay.
Wizards.
I would say straightforward
Okay.
into this direction.
I would say
Yeah.
let's go for that big building there.
Which one?
The big one of the two.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah, right.
Instead
yeah.
of going for thatched roof, let's go for one that seems to have a glass dome for a roof.
All right.
Okay. So the
Let's go.
as you move forward, all of you roll me a perception check. Or survival. Doesn't matter.
Oh.
Okay.
Well, same
Doesn't matter.
it does.
Perception is okay.
It doesn't matter
Sorsha.
for me, yeah.
There we go. Okay, we've got Sorsha. So, Sorsha,
Yeah.
as you guys are sort of walking down the towards this place seems to be a bit wider open. You have the vegetation is less high. It's more like large fronds, donc fougères, and sort of low vegetation. And you start to realize, looking up, wait a minute, this is where we saw that shape the other night. And as you're looking about, you can see that through maybe the morning, some of the vegetation is sort of climbing above, but you can see a massive claw mark sort of pressed into one of the more soggier places um, of the ground here. It looks the claw mark looks about the same with the 27. You recognize the claw mark as being similar to the one of the T-Rex, the undead T-Rex that you had seen a couple of days ago.
Okay.
Except this one seems to be larger and deeper.
Oh god.
Oof.
Okay.
And with the 27 survival, I will even say that on the side of the building, you can see that there is maybe part of the rubble. There's vegetation, the sort of growing vegetation that sort of climbed up onto the side of the building. So right about here. No, let's move to this right here. So just about here.
Mm-hmm.
And the vegetation, the vines have been sort of scraped away. So moved, maybe pushed away or scraped away. And you find within the fallen vegetation, the fallen vines, a long, colorful feather about 1.20 meters in length.
Hey. Dinosaurs with
This
feathers.
this very long, I believe yellow and white feather.
Oh, all hail the king of feathers.
Vroom? I have the feather in my hand. Would you know of something that would look like kinda like a feathery dinosaur or something?
Freaky like this?
Some of them have feathers, but I've never seen any feather this large. If I'm doing this out of my ass, but like I'm assuming that our most humble GM will correct me if I'm wrong.
Yes.
Am I wrong?
No, you've never seen something like this.
Exactly. Like, I mean, some dinosaurs have feathers, and
Yes,
I've never seen
some
anything this
have
big.
yeah. So here's the thing: D&D dinosaurs do follow the old idea of no feathers or
scaly?
whatever, all
Yeah.
scaly, that whole thing. So they're
All
not.
of them? Okay, I thought there was some that. Thought there was some that did have feathers.
It's possible, but no, you've. I'm not gonna have you roll a nature check. You have no idea what this thing is. There is
Oh, that's
no
fair.
reason for something this big to have feathers, because clearly it's not flying. You would have seen it.
But it's maybe look up from time to time. Just saying. This seems
Something that has a feather of this size, if it is anywhere close, you will feel the ground move.
this seems climby, but I'm no specialist.
Depends also of the weight. If it's that big, it's also heavy. So I think with flying, it's gonna use a lot of energy, so we would hear it if it would flap their wings.
Well, that night we didn't hear it. We saw it.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see how it goes.
Yes.
Okay. You want to move forward?
Let's go forward.
Okay. So.
I'm gonna look all around and up also.
So, as you look up, the sky is the usual sort of gray as the rain is coming down. There's nothing of note, at least not for now, apart from the usual birds or or stuff like that. As you move, you do move about. As you're moving about the city, you do realize that there's a lot of fauna actually. You'll on occasion see monkeys running from sort of jumping from tree to tree. You'll see lizards, snakes, which your friends promptly try and sort of nail, either basically your two friends are on guard for any snake, and any snake they have, Artist just pulls out the bow, fires a shot, just to see, either to scare them away or to basically to shoot the snake.
Mm.
He is on very, very high alert when it comes to Huan Ti. But other than that, I'll say this: his knowledge of Huan Ti, any small snake is not going to be a bother. If you see giant snakes the size of a boa constrictor or an anaconda, those are the ones that might be
The
shapeshifting.
dangers. Yeah.
So any medium-sized. This is what small snakes, which are the normal snakes, and the bigger snakes, which are actually size medium. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're sort of on the lookout, looking through the fronds, looking through the vegetation. This place is, while you know what this place is, this is a place of death, this is a place of danger. There is something along the lines of, especially I guess for you, Vroon, almost not calming, but something reassuring as you see that these there is a beauty in the jungle repopulating basically this city, as you can see among the vines and the creepers and the climbers. You can see the patterns of the labyrinth sort of retaking this very ordinary sort of ordered town city. So you let me know.
We'll reach the building we had decided
This one?
to explore. Yeah.
Okay. 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 Interesting. All of you
Is there
make.
a mark?
No, this one does not have a mark. At least, no,
Okay.
it does have a mark. It does have a mark. However, you realize that if there was anything that they were sort of fallen into or went into, they didn't go too far into it.
Okay.
So you can decide to push in deeper if you want into the building.
Let's first see what's at the entrance where they were. I mean,
Okay. Make me an investigation check.
okay. Anyone wants to roll it, or do I explore?
Do it.
Okay.
Do it.
Word.
I mean, my oh well,
Oh,
there
wait.
you go, natural 20.
Okay.
Ooh.
Nice.
I mean, considering that your investigation is apparently +0, maybe next time.
That's why I was asking if anyone else wanted to explore, but yeah.
Okay. Interesting enough. There's a. Let's see. As you go through, it, you notice that underneath one of there's a bit of rubble, and you find what looks to be in a very sort of ornate box. The box itself seems to be made of maybe precious wood, but clearly not any wood that you've seen while delving into the jungle. So this comes from somewhere else. It is
Okay.
it's a very dark wood, almost ebony, but it has sort of accents of white and gray into it, sort of throughout the grain.
I'll call Heinrich because I'm under the impression that the wizards might have lost something.
Detect magic, so I'm gonna ritual cast it, and
Okay.
so first detect magic, and then I'll ask to someone who is agile with their fingers to check for traps. And I'll look around.
Ah, damn it. Okay, that one's not going. Okay. So the as you cast detect magic, the box itself is not magical, but there is definitely something you can feel something magical inside.
And someone check for traps, please.
Sorsha, would you mind? I think you're the most dexterous among us.
I mean, this would be detecting trap would be an investigation check.
Oh.
Yes, with advantage, I believe.
Oh, if you're doing it with advantage, yeah, go ahead.
Oh, right, because of the Dungeon Delver feat. Yes, absolutely. Okay, 21. No, this is not trapped. This is the box itself is, like I said, it's the box is sort of elongated, squarish, sort of like this. So it looks like a slightly longer pencil case, basically.
Spell scroll.
Could be.
I look at.
Actually,
I
you
look
know
at
what? I'm going
Sorsha.
to tell you. As you notice, it is not trapped. You open it up, and you do find a spell inside. You do find a rolled up. Okay. You do find inside a rolled up spell scroll. Indeed.
And can I check it what it is exactly?
Sure. Make me an Arcana check. Yeah. Okay. No problem. You notice that this is a scroll of false life. Level 1.
That's a good one.
Level 1 of false life.
Talk about interesting necromantic spells. That's a good one.
I had the choice between that and Expedious Retreat, so I decided to go for the one that was I mean, I was gonna honor the natural 20.
Thanks.
Yeah, I'll say this. I rolled for the ruin interior, so I have a table. It said treasure. I rolled on the treasure. The random encounters of the treasure drops. It said none. I re-rolled it. When you did the and it did, yeah, spell scroll level 1 spell. Yeah, so this is definitely as you look at it as you examine the spell to know what it is definitely penned in a way which is strange to you. It is I'll say the dialect of magic is different, and definitely something that the runes are harsher. They seem that the materials on the ink, as you might think, might have a the ink is not as dark as you're used to. It is more of a brownish color. The paper is more parchment. No, sorry, not parchment. It's more like very thin leather rather than actual paper.
Okay.
So all the markings, definitely all of the
Vellum,
markings
yes.
of something.
Vellum is the term
vellum.
you were
There,
looking
thank you.
for. It's rune. I am just a mouthpiece because you didn't hear it. But yeah.
Yes, thank you. And that is the word of the day. Use it into a sentence. Your word of the day is vellum. VELLUM. And I hope I did not fuck that up. Okay, so that's another half hour to. Yeah, it clearly must have fallen out of a bag or something. But maybe rolled over and so.
Did you say double L and then what?
I double L U M.
UM.
That's correct.
M, as in mother.
That's correct.
Okay.
That's correct.
Yay! I am still. Well, no, I've never been a spelling bee champ, but yeah, development is fairly easy. Okay. Anyways,
Ah, shit. It's still raining outside.
it is still raining.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There was some. I was like hearing noise in the background, and I was suddenly looking
yeah.
outside, like.
Yes. We're
Okay.
all waiting for the rain here, but. Anyways, as you okay, so that's basically another building.
Done?
Done. I will say, Rune, make me no, your passive perception is 20, correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So with actually a 25 if you count the advantage with your nose.
Mm.
There's as the wind changes, maybe there's an air current coming in from the north through the windows. You smell you smell burning coming, the sort of the smell, the telltale smell, thank you, of smoke, but it smells almost like it's not just wood burning. There's something else. There's something else in the
We smelled
in the
it
wind.
before, or I did.
Hmm?
We smelled it. Vroon smelled it before, like
Yes, but this smells like an older fire. So maybe the soot
Oh.
that's the soot that's sort of, or something slowly still burning.
Like I think even like Vroon is probably just doing something, and like I feel like his nose is actually just like suddenly going like
Itching.
he's not entirely even aware of the
Mhm.
movement it's making, but his
Yeah.
nose is going off to the side, going like.
I smell something.
Definitely coming from the north.
And then, and like you can almost see it before he realizes that he smells it. The nose just goes like in that direction.
Hmm.
And where is it coming from? So from the south? No,
North.
north. Yeah, okay. The north is big. I mean,
I think close, like probably beyond the wall here.
oh yeah, that close north. Okay.
I mean,
Not
it's
forget.
it's a smell, so.
Do not forget.
I mean,
where
it could be.
Do not forget, where there is fire, there could be life. So expect maybe for a fight.
There is most probably life.
Oh yeah, this is not a natural fire. This is something being cooked or sacrificed.
Or a group of wizards that got ambushed and they used the same thing that I'm doing, what I did with some goblins some time ago.
Yeah.
Just trained the probability of a fire taking out or catching a fire catching up on itself is close to
Very
none.
low.
Yeah.
Magical fire, though. Anyway,
Yeah. So people.
something. Yeah.
Okay.
I think there was like an entrance to the side.
Check it out, I would say.
Yeah, so there's so if you're looking on the map, the entrance is there. Yeah. As do you want to step out? How do you go about it?
Yeah.
Do you walk through the so any place which is gonna any place here where you see the greener part are going to be considered difficult terrain. So, and when I say difficult terrain, is that you kind of need to go through it with a machete.
Yeah. Okay.
I think
you can.
Vroon
I'm not
would-
just. I'm not.
would-
But it's going to slow you
Vroon
down.
would prefer the highway because whatever the big thing was, don't think it cares much about roads.
But we're going more
He-
deep.
he-
We don't care
that's-
about that.
Exactly, but like that's what he pitches to the group. Like, well, if something is that big, I don't think it cares whether or not we follow the roads.
Yeah, but we also only saw it at night.
I have not seen it at all, but
So could it be that it only comes out at night?
could be. We've not
Probably.
been here long enough to establish that.
No.
It was out at night last night.
Yeah.
It could be here in the morning tomorrow. It could be nocturnal. We do not know.
Do you wanna check the other building, or are we immediately going through the?
I am tempted to follow the scents.
Okay.
What about the others?
Yeah.
Heinrich?
Let's
For
go,
sure.
I would say.
There. North or west?
Now that we're beside it, GM, can we have a clue on how high that highway is? Because it's propped up with stairs
Yeah.
and...
So the highway is about it's about I would say about 10 feet, maybe depending on the terrain.
So
It's
literally a high.
yes, it is.
a-
Yeah. So this is this would be about, according to the terrain, how it goes up and down, it'd be between 10 and 15 feet high.
So jumping off of it is gonna be...
Jumping off
A
of it is
challenge.
no, it's possible. You can drop down without a bigger problem. But let's say it's about the size of a first-story house. So as you would climb up, you would be at the same level as most of the flat top houses in the area.
Mm-hmm.
I
No,
mean,
I'm
look at your
asking
ceiling
it...
right now. You could jump from that. So
Yeah,
you
I'm
could drop
asking
at
it
least.
because I'm just asking because I see there's no stairs in front of the entrance, so that
Mhm.
means we would have to jump down if we were taking the highway.
True.
So I would say let's just go through the sidewalk, let's say, because it's not far, and then
Highway?
I mean
Yeah.
you're more at home here than any of us,
So
Vroon, but
This city should not exist.
is this the way that you're going,
I want to jump, but
or
I mean,
are
I,
you
thi- I
going?
think we will look once we reach the door. Like I think what I'm thinking. Oh, you drew lines. Okay.
I'm just
I'm
asking
just gonna.
what are what are you doing?
I'm thinking this, and
And a
then
jump. Okay.
a little jump down there, and I think most people should be fine with that. And
Mhm.
if not, we will need to do some small healing.
Okay.
Hey, 10 feet can already be 1d6,
Yeah,
depending
but
on how you fall.
if you hang from the ledge,
I know,
Yeah,
I know.
then drop yourself, then
and
you're
you
already less than 10 feet.
and then you happen to have a Luxodon to catch you. Not a problem.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's mark that building. Let's move you up right here. As you step onto the highways, you climb onto the highway. There's definitely a moment where you have a better, maybe a better. Oh, that's my fault.
Also,
Oh, come on! There you go. There's definitely a moment where you can kind of see the
it's a bit of
you have a
smoke or something.
better vantage point. Let's put it that way.
Yep.
And yes, you do. While you don't see any smoke, there's definitely the smell of of an old fireplace, maybe sort of burning coming in through through here. I will say this: as you maybe come to about here, and you're looking up over the wall,
Yeah.
you can see that it's you start to see bodies.
Outside of the
No, inside.
compound, or
Inside.
just so like air.
Bodies throw.
I've been all over
Bodies,
the
but
place, actually.
no one moving, right?
No, they're not moving.
Okay.
They have red colors on them.
So it's kind of hard to see from here. You don't necessarily spot any just like that at the moment, but
Mostly scorched bodies.
so interesting enough, no. However, you do see that there has been what seems to be a pyre just over here next to the dome.
I can send Nugget up forward if you want, guys. I think it's in the
I think that would
wind.
be a very good idea.
Yeah.
Okay, you send
Not
Nugget?
unwise.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll send Nugget.
So you click him. You click Nugget to existence. Nugget sort of goes off to fly in the center, and I'm guessing you're going to see through their senses.
Yep.
Okay.
I'll sit down and.
So you're not going to get very far because 100 feet is about here.
Is in fact 103 feet.
Yeah. However, it's kind of enough. As Nugget sort of flies over the wall of the compound, you notice the bodies. You start looking around, and you can count maybe sort of 10, 15, 20. And that before the vision sort of snaps because of the distance. They seem to be just before it snaps. You do see the body of a red cloaked figure laying among the bodies. Most of the bodies that you've seen seem to have died of cuts, or stabs. There's a few maybe broken arrow shafts that have been left mostly in the back. There's and there was at the pyre. There seemed to be a strange sort of sculpture set in the center of the pyre, but you couldn't get quite a good look from before Nugget's vision sort of stopped.
I'll call him back and. Well, I think the Red Wizards got ambushed here, and they did a sort of funeral pyre. But if we want to enter there, I think we need to proceed with caution.
Were they not also ambushed in a previous building?
Knowing if we think like certain snake people, I think they would just assembled a big group that's taking camp, and they probably attacked during the night while they were at their weakest.
Both at the same time, perhaps, even.
Probably.
Base camp and forwards camp.
Yes, about the camp up north. Ignore that, by the way. So there was no. That was a mistake. I read actually I read what happened here and interpreted for there. So that is.
Okay. Yeah.
No. I'll say this. There was traces of a fight in at the front, but nothing. There were no bodies. There were traces of a fight, maybe for another group that was sort of ambushed there, maybe. But that was way older, maybe a week or 2 weeks old.
Okay.
However, this massacre is fresh. This was. I mean, you saw most likely the plumes of the smoke of the pyre as you came up onto the city. So this massacre is maybe a day or 2 old.
Okay.
About 2 to 3 days old.
Let's go proceed with caution. And Heinrich, you stay with us. No going, running into danger on your own. We are supposed to take the brunt of the fight. Okay? Not you without your armor.
Yeah. Heinrich, your decision to run into fights last time was wise.
He just stays silent, nods, and he keeps his mouth shut.
Okay.
You had me contact your mother. I made her a promise. If you can help, I would appreciate it.
I'll keep my counter spells ready.
Okay.
Very good.
Do you want to go in boldly? Do you want to go in sneaky? Do you want to? Do you guys
I
want to
think
make me a group stealth check?
I think we are going to try and be at least discreet.
Okay, you're gonna try at least, yeah. Okay, roll me a stealth check, all of you.
Stealth check.
Your favorite.
Roll dice. Let's go.
I mean,
Miracle's
disadvantage.
gonna happen.
I mean,
Wow!
Aye.
Oh, wow, folks.
I mean,
that is so 11, 20, 11, and a 2.
let's say we're averagely. We don't run in shouting and screaming at the top of our heads.
No, but you're not too far away from that.
But there's a Luxodon in armor going.
If only the Luxodon had decided to take a mithril armor, they would not be subject to such. Anyways, so you stealth in as quietly as possible, and this is the scene that awaits you. Smoke drifts lazily from a walled compound. The gate lies in splinters, and scorch marks deface the buildings. Near the center of the compound is a plaza littered with charred human corpses. One of the corpses is being torn apart by a pack of wild dogs. They do not seem to care or to notice about you until you come closer, and one of them turns and sort of growls in your direction in a way of, "This is ours, get out." About 30 corpses are scattered across the compound. You count the remains of 3 wood wizards, 20 human mercenaries, and 7 bears, which seem to be locals. They're the only locals present.
Okay, so
Wait, did you say something? Did you say bears?
bearers.
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 So they're porters.
Okay. Well, Luxodon.
No Loxodon.
Ah, okay.
Chaltian people.
Yeah.
These are Chaltian. Actually, I'm gonna have a roll to see if they actually had hired a Loxodon. And that's a natural 20. What does that tell you? Did they hire a Loxodon? Or not?
I don't know. You you rolled the die.
No. I'm saying I rolled a 20. Does that you as a player, would you consider that as luck for them, as if they had one, or unluck luck for you that there wasn't?
I would say that if it was sort of a knowledge check, and they would have.
Okay.
Because
yeah, so, and I'll say yes, you do find among them there is the body of a young Loxodon, most likely on their sort of teenage
100.
work.
So in their 20s.
Yeah, let's say that like that. Yeah. Yeah, this is a young Loxodon who was hired onto the expedition, and was killed. the bodies, as in, I'm guessing you go in to examine the body.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
You can see that the body is you have despite the hard armor, you do see wounds that are either slashing wounds, but also you see piercing wounds, and not necessarily those of arrows. Though some of them, and you can see through the skin. You can
Ears
see
or
maybe
teeth?
some of them are teeth and long. Some of them are most likely fangs. I'll say this: as Vroondomon is being distracted in a sense by the body of one of his own, Heinrich, you see propped up to next to pretty much right here, so at the sort of north of the dome, you can see um, that a glaive, so you know the long lance, has been thrust into the remains of a burnt-out pyre. Charred snake skulls and blackened inhuman vertebrae are lashed to the spear in a mockery of a sculpture. And on a wall nearby, a symbol has been daubed in ash. A snake curled into a spiral, gripping a circle within its jaws.
Hmm.
You see Heinrich very bitterly looking at every corpse, and he's saying, even if these are enemies, even if there was a slaughter, all those poor souls are now going to
The
to
soulmonger.
to the soulmonger, and I think that's a fate that I do not wish upon anyone, even if they're the most vile creatures in the world. And I start to investigate to see if I find anything useful, as any resources, anything that could be useful for the party. I'm gonna scavenge and
Okay.
grab it, bag it, and be back. And I'll give a sign to the group like, hey, I'm just gonna look for some stuff. I'm not going to in combat. I'll be back. And you see him like scurry.
Yeah, and I think
Heinrich,
Dragon
Nice.
Bait
discussed.
raises a hand
No
and goes
one
with you.
goes anywhere alone.
Yeah, Dragon Bait is gonna
Nah.
go with you.
Okay, yeah, good.
So, investigated 25. Nice. As you're looking through, you can see that this clearly they had set up camp. They were a very big group. And as they set up, you can see chests and boxes. But all of them have been opened. All of them have been strewn apart or broken. As you are first compound is no, I'll give you the. So it's 3 red wizards,
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
20 mercenaries, and 7 porters,
Okay, I
including
had
1
my.
Luxodon.
Yeah.
So Heinrich, as you're going through, this camp was scavenged and looted way before you. Anything of value, any resources, you'll find spare wrappers of rations or a bottle, um, a broken keg of either wine, or you're not exactly sure, or such. Um, the fight here and the fight was incredibly brutal, and whatever was still intact after the fight was taken away.
Any spell books?
No. No. The
Sneaky
corpses have been
bastard.
completely looted of any weaponry or artifacts or possessions.
Okay.
You'll find, granted, you'll find coins, you'll find sort of little gems or so forth, but anything that seemed to be of value or utility has been taken away.
Hmm.
But here's the thing: Heinrich, as you step into one of the houses, most likely it's maybe snapping. As you can see two of the dogs sort of sniffing around one of the buildings, and the building is sort of slightly collapsed. And you see it, one of them sort of pushing its nose into the rubble, sort of maybe trying to dig into something underneath, and then puts its head in, and you hear a shout coming in from sort of a shout of pain coming in from under the rubble. And there's a bit of, and you can see that the dog goes tries to go back in. The other one sort of pressing on as well, sort of digging a bit further.
I'll give a nod to Dragonbait and I'll throw a firebolt to the dog.
Yep, Dragonbait comes in as well. Swipe. You notice that he uses the flat of his blade, basically just swipe away the dogs. These things are not any problem. But as you come up, you find a what the dog was maybe trying to get at. You can see that there's just there's a hand, and it is sort of still twitching and moving about and you hear from underneath the rubble this very faint I was about to say faint heavy breathing, as in wheezing, somebody trying to breathe with, yeah, exactly, that kind of wheezing.
Yeah. Dying but not yet dead.
I'll say very loudly, we got a live one!
Okay, what did the rest of you do?
I'll arrive.
As you start sort of pulling out stone and rubble off from the person underneath. You notice that he's been slightly protected. He's underneath maybe a formerly stone table, and got basically buried when the house sort of collapsed around him. It shows you find another body there, by the way. Most likely one of the three bodies of the red mages, who probably detonated himself at that point, and basically the house fell on top of him. But you find underneath the rubble, wheezing, it's a man, tanned skin, bald, grayish. Well, you know what? Let me show you.
It's a picture.
Yes, I have.
Picture time.
Here you go. Yeah, this man right here.
Skinny.
Yes. As you dig him out.
Stringy.
Yes, definitely stringy, but definitely also in badly bruised. This looks like this is what he would look like after being cleaned up, but he's battered, bruised. You can see that he's having difficulty breathing. He's been there for most likely for a few days, with not a lot of oxygen, no food, and no water. At least one night.
No. I mean, it's a good question. Who gets to him first?
Hmm?
Who gets to him first? Who reaches him first?
Heinrich, I guess.
No!
Is Heinrich a big digger?
Yeah, who are the big diggers? I'm guessing it's.
I'll use Mage Hand to help, but for the rest, I'm gonna be like, I called you guys for this, so.
Yeah, I like the idea of Heinrich going, you know what? I am going to ritually cast
Unseen Servant,
but in 10 minutes.
Hand.
But by the time that you've actually done the 10 minutes to summon your servant, it's done.
Yeah.
I have big hands and double the carrying capacity.
So yeah, you're most likely the one who
does the heavy lifting.
Who does the
but
heavy
I help.
lifting and gets to him first?
I mean, and as soon as I reach him, when I reach out a hand to pull him out, it's also the moment where I cast a lay on hands on him for 15 hit points because that's all I have left.
Okay.
Like, oh, you look bad.
Oh no, he looks bad. And while some of the wounds, you can see some of the welts and some of the wounds sort of close up, he is still in very bad shape. If you guys want to make me a medicine check,
I mean, the 15 points of lay on hands could also use. I would like to, in fact, use 5 of those to neutralize poison because it's been in contact with 1T probably.
And most likely, because I believe it works on. Does it work on diseases as well?
Yes.
Oh, it's disease or poison, I think.
Okay.
Either cure disease or neutralize a poison. So
okay. I'll just say that his infection that was poisoning, that the infections, you sort of clean away the infection from his wounds. But he's still clearly dehydrated, exhausted.
Oh yes, no, obviously, but it's more of like, oh, you look bad, and immediately pump last bits of
stabilizer you
in there.
And we have a wild +1 coming into the screen.
Yes, the wild +1.
Yeah. As you lay on hands and the warmth of the healing goes about him, you can hear him have a sort of breathe easier. And I'm being distracted by this lay on hands that I'm seeing it before.
I'm getting a lay on hands, yes.
As and he says, "Thank you, my friend. Thank you. I do not know your face. Who are you?"
It does not matter right now.
No, I guess not.
You need water, you need food, you need rest, you need...
That may well be the case. I'm guessing you were not sent by my employers.
Who would that be?
Well, if you are not sent by them,
detects out.
Okay. The surface thoughts are a man. There are thoughts of pain. There are thoughts of thirst. There are thoughts of hunger, with a general relief and exaltation at the fact that he's being saved.
Okay. But he's also talking about his employers.
Yes. And you do understand that, yes, he was most likely hired by the he was part of the expedition, so he was hired by the Red Wizards.
Okay.
Well,
the question is,
as he sort of looks beyond you, well, I am guessing that the Red Wizards that lay about, I guess. I cannot hide that. But do not judge me on they had means, and well, please, do you have any water?
Gale will get her.
Oh right, yeah.
No. Not a decanter of endless water, but just a water bottle, and
I
give it to him.
I thought you were just gonna cast a shape water or whatever,
create water and just Drown him.
create water.
Yeah,
Well,
drown.
not drown, but like.
And shape water doesn't create
No.
water,
Okay.
so
But yeah, I mean, I'll consider that yes, you don't necessarily you have water skins. If
Yeah.
only your two adventuring buddies anyway. So
Yeah.
it'd be suspicious if you were walking around Chult without water skins. So
Very.
True that.
and being alive. So he grabs the water skin. I mean, he is weak. Since nobody wants to do a medicine check.
And while I'm getting closer, because
Okay.
I'm giving him my water skin, and I'm telling him, okay, go ahead, empty it, we have more.
Okay.
No worries, go slowly.
So he's at 3 levels of exhaustion.
Oh
Okay.
God.
Do I need to make an extra medicine check for extra information?
I'll give it to you.
Okay.
At the time of he had he had 3 levels of exhaustion. So he's been there. He's been there. I don't know if he's been there a while, but anyways, yeah, he's not in a good shape, and it's gonna take more. He's gonna need full rest before getting his.
Yeah.
Is there something suspicious in his mind?
Right now, his mind is focused on the food, the help that he's getting. He's not those. He is a bit suspicious because he doesn't know you. However, beggars can't be choosers, and you are the people who rescued him.
Okay.
But there is a thought of lingering in the mind as he looks through you. He seems to be trying to maybe appraise you and kind of see how to react. But it's mostly the question is mostly about who are these people, and what are they going to ask me in return.
Can I probe deeper and try to see for what happened with the red mage?
Should you wish, yeah, sure. If you want to probe deeper, so I believe that is a saving throw.
Yes, that is a saving throw.
Let me check. 15 wisdom.
Okay. Yeah. So, in his adult mind, you push deeper as you start running through his memories, looking for whatever might happen. The images come in flashes of you feel your heartbeat accelerating. You feel almost adrenaline sort of rush through your own body as you were experiencing the attack. This was done at night, and you can see flashes of these sinuous shapes, similar to the ones that attacked you just this morning, but illuminated by the flashes of fireballs and flames and spells that are being flung by the red mages. They come in, they slash, they skip away, using the shadows to their advantage. At which point, you see him sort of back away into the building, and the last thing that you see of the attack is this the silhouette of a long-robed mage, basically detonating preparing he's preparing a fairly wide spell as another figure um, with very weird bended arms sort of drop onto him, and the fireball detonates underneath him. Um, and there's that vague of explosion. The rest is just memories of darkness, agony, and just silence until you.
Okay.
And as for the rest of you, as he's going through, you notice as there's a moment where he sort of blinks, and maybe maybe this is while you're sort of checking him over. Gale, you notice that same rapid acceleration of his pulse and you hear him sort of no, as he's almost sort of reliving that as Sorsha sort of drudging up the emotions he's feeling,
Okay.
not necessarily understanding that somebody's rummaging into his mind, but at least he's getting the
Reliving them.
echoes of those he's getting that back basically. Sort of
Okay.
flashes of what he lived.
Okay. Gil, probably understanding, will say, okay, Breed, come, and I'll take him a bit further away and have him sit down and probably take out one of my rations to give it to him so that he has something to eat also.
So can somebody tell me what the third level of exhaustion is? I believe that's half.
Yes.
That's half movement.
Just a minute. Exhaustion is disadvantage on attack rolls and saving throws. So level 1 is disadvantage on ability checks, 2 is speed halved,
Right.
and
Okay.
so we're on disadvantage on attack rolls and saving throws.
Jesus.
Yeah. So definitely, yeah. On third level of exhaustion, he's. May may I ask you what are you doing here? I gather by your. Are you adventurers then? Seeking out the treasures of Lost Omu?
Oh no. The treasures are not what we are after here.
And may I be so bold to inquire as to what it is you search?
Well, for different reasons, or not that different actually. The same thing as those who abandoned you here were looking for.
Then you seek the shrines, the the tomb of the 9 gods.
Is that what they were after?
As he sort of looks around, says, well, I owe them no more loyalty, and well, I don't even know if any of them have survived. So, yes, they were searching for the entrance to a tomb situated north of the city.
Okay.
A puzzle closed the gate. 9 shrines, 9 cubes.
Shrines and cubes.
Yes. Okay. I need to.
And a puzzle.
Sorry, Vroon, I just need to take your volume down a bit because I don't know what happened. I think you might be talking closer into your microphone. There we go.
I don't think so, but
Okay, no worries.
Then your sound changed.
these headphones do a weird turn thing.
Yeah,
so
no worries.
maybe.
Go ahead. So you were saying, sorry, go ahead.
I just said a puzzle cube.
Yes.
9.
We were looking into mapping out the city, trying to find these shrines. Looking to, well, acquire the tombs, acquire the cubes to enter. I'm not exactly sure what they were looking for. They were very secretive about it. But I was hired out of Fort Balduran when they landed. They said that they needed an expert in old Omuan. I have studied the old language all my life. I could not say no.
Well, there might be someone that can help you with also Moen.
Yes, I understand that the he uses the word in Old Omuan for Luxodon, which is luck beast, but is Luxodon, but in as in Luxodon means in our world. Luxodon means luck beast in Old Omuan.
Right.
So yes, I believe the Luxodon have some knowledge of the old tongue. And while I tried to converse with Mirinama, as you can, as he sort of slowly indicates the cadaver of the Luxodon. I said she was very discreet. But not in. She would play naive or innocent or unknowing, but I could tell that there was a greater intelligence behind those eyes. A capable of mind. Why she would put up such a facade? Well, I asked, but she would not answer.
You thought that she was not capable of mind.
Quite the contrary. I knew she was more intelligent than she seemed, but I could not understand why she accepted the treatment by these red wizards. Saw her no more than a beast of burden. I tried to gain her trust. But
it is good.
No matter. But if you seek the cubes and the temples and the shrines, I may be of some use. Still, from my knowledge, I have studied Omu and the records, and I might be of some help. Besides,
Did they already find some of those cubes, or were they still looking for them?
I believe they had sent out some scouts around the city but had not yet set forth to explore them. By tradition, a lot of these sacred places are heavily trapped or present puzzles to those who would to those who might try and enter and steal whatever is inside. I believe they had explored the shrine to the west of here, behind the wall.
Oh yeah, right. Okay, so that's a shrine. That's good to know.
Yes, so this would be a shrine here.
Okay.
Right here.
I was gonna say this completely out of character, but I don't know about you guys, but I can jump a 10-foot wall.
Well, I mean, if you help us, we can cross it.
Yeah,
No
exactly.
problem.
Like,
Yeah.
just
Okay, well, maybe this is a good time to stop and pick up
Yeah,
next time.
sure.
Yeah.
Okay. We can stop there. Um, so as the man, as the oldish man. Let me just so I mean, he looks. Yeah. He's a pragmatic, balding human in his early 40s. Though he's with his sort of parchment skin. This is somebody who's most likely lived in Chult all of his life.
Mm-hmm.
While the features are very much from another continent, he's maybe Omnian. He might have been part of
oh,
the he might have been part of the colonists.
yes.
Um, he's definitely almost as dark as the locals when it comes to
He's been here a while.
yeah, he's been here a while. If he were French in Morocco, they would call him the Blackfoot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's gone local basically. Yeah, and his clothing as well seems very sort of made. Um, seems is not off from anything that you would see other people wearing in Port Nyanzaru, where that mixture between Chaltian clothing and style and an Omnian sort of practicality and sewing techniques have sort of merged together. Right. And on that description, let us leave Omu for now.
We'll be back.
And we will be back soon.
Will it be soon?
Will it be soon? Well, we'll see. As always, as we end here for tonight, thank you to my players for being basically, well, I couldn't do this without you guys. Thank you for doing this on YouTube for about a year now. Not to mention the year that we spent before. So don't tell the other tables, but you're kind of my favorite.
You just did, because they might be watching this.
Yeah, but but those are in French. So
Some
anyhow,
of them
on that note, this is the Mysteries and Monsters second episode into the second chapter of the second book of the first campaign of this particular group. Reminding you to Jan.
Get enough sleep.
Get enough sleep, folks. We'll see you soon enough.